Oh My Dog with Jack D and Seann Walsh.
Coming up on today's show, our dog expert Simon Parry-Moreno joins us to answer your questions, and Seann will be disclosing what is his least favourite weather.
What a hook.
Hi, Seann.
Hi, Jack.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very, very well. How's Mildred? She okay?
Mildred's good. Mildred actually ran out the house the other day, which was quite scary.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Who left the door open?
Well, I opened the door, and she kind of, what?
Well, no, thank you for answering the question.
Yeah. Well,
Go on.
Like, I think was I going? I don't know why I opened the door, because I didn't have my shoes on. So, or did I get in and take my shoes off? I was holding a banana. I have no idea. Anyway, I was. I opened the door. I don't know if I was coming home. No, I wasn't coming home because I had a banana. Brilliant. Got it. We got there.
No further questions, my lad.
I opened the door, and Mildred normally will have a little sniff around the front garden, but unusually she bolted out of the front garden and down the road. So I ended up chasing her, and I got no shoes, and I'm running down the street. It was really embarrassing. There's loads of people, and to give myself the reason I remembered the banana so distinctly is because it was kind of like I was chasing Mildred and she wasn't coming back, and I was calling her. She just was not turning around. She was bolting, and it was like she was bolting towards something. That I thought, this is serious. I'm gonna have to drop the banana. I'm gonna have to give this everything I've got. So the banana's got to go, and I had to chuck the banana and kind of apologise for littering. So sorry about that, but it's biodegradable. And carried on running, and then and turned the corner of my street, which is quite a busy high street.
Yeah.
And so I was very scared. And who was there? Grace and the kids.
And had Mildred run towards them?
Yes, that's what was happening.
Extraordinary.
Isn't that amazing?
So I wonder if she'd heard, or could she smell from there?
Does it smell? Smell?
Well, I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is really extraordinary. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and did you have to, and had you left the front door open all that time as well?
Yes.
Or did you? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I had, yeah. And I couldn't find the banana on the way back either.
Oh, someone had it. Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
unbelievable.
Yeah. No, well.
I can't believe the banana was weighing you down and you had to get rid of it.
Yeah. Just giving it everything. Well done. I do sympathise, because we have Nelly to stay quite a lot. The Frenchie, our daughter's Frenchie, and you can leave the front door open all day if you wanted, and Dolly would never go near it because she'd never venture out. But I sometimes forget, if Nelly's staying, that you've got to be careful, because she probably would. So it's a concern, isn't it? Dolly's main issue at this time of year is because we had a lot of wind, and she's walking along and something blows towards her, like leaves or a piece of litter or something. She's really quite alarmed by it. So it's she doesn't like that. Yeah,
doesn't like the wind.
Well, she doesn't like stuff being blown towards her.
Oh, okay.
And if it is strong wind, then she does get buffeted around by it, because she's kind of small. And how's Juniper doing?
She's good, but Jack, do you know, I spoke to somebody recently that has a Chihuahua, and I know you thought that perhaps it was Dolly's age that was making her feel more frightened of these things, but this person had a young Chihuahua, and it was exactly the same thing.
Oh, I think I said in the previous podcast of it, the thunder, she just about jumped out of her skin. She's so we have to stay very calm if that kind of thing happens. She's not happy. She's very, she picks up on all of those things. And we're worrying about her, whether she can still hear as well as she used to. But some of those things like thunder, they feel it, they can actually feel it. And that's what alarms them. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I also dislike the wind.
Well, it's a bit annoying, isn't it? Because it messes with your hair, doesn't it, Seann?
Is it? It's normally, I like my hair slick. Normally.
Well, I know you take a lot of care, and it's
Yes.
Why do you dislike the wind? Out of interest.
It's my least. That's my least favourite weather. I prefer that. I'd rather it was raining. I just cut the rain is, and once you get this into your head, it's really difficult to forget it. It's just an invisible person that is constantly slapping you.
Yeah.
And will not leave you alone.
Yeah.
And because it's the wind, it's a weather. People just get on with their lives. But I can't get out of my head that I'm being hit
by something
something.
Yeah. It's
if it was anything else, no one would leave the house. If anyone was doing that to you, if you left the house, Jack, and I just went up to your face and I went, go on, have a good day, have a good day. And I was just flapping my hand in your face, have a good day, have a good day, get the train. All day, you wouldn't leave the house.
No, I wouldn't. You're right. I'd have to find some other way of living. It'd be shocking.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I hadn't thought about least and most favourite types of weather, but what annoys me is at like times a year like this at the moment, it's when it looks like it should be hot and you walk outside and it's cold, and vice versa. I hate it. You put a coat on because it looks cold, you go out, it's actually quite muggy. It's horrible. I hate that.
Absolutely horrific.
Sara, favourite weather? Least favourite weather? Whilst we're here, come on.
This is the good stuff.
I like it quite mild. So Sean, how much he enjoys it when it's really beating down hot sun. Yeah, I don't like that. And then I'd say, it's going to be raining soon. And then I was quite pleased when the rain came, but then it stays too long. So I think that, the weather sort of sticks around too long. And then you're never going to like it. So at first it's fine. And then it just turns into this thing that, can you stop now, please? Always, with whatever type of weather.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so yours is every weather if it goes on for too long.
Yeah.
No, that's a fair point, actually. It's monotonous, isn't it? I suppose you've always got night to look forward to, haven't you? So you can...
What's Dolly's favourite weather, do you think?
I think she does quite like it hot. And we're always saying, come on, Dolly, don't lie in the sun. But she'll lie in the sun.
I love that.
With glass in front of her, our back door. And it's a really hot spot and she'll lie there going...
Gertrude, my family dog, used to absolutely love the heat. She'd go and find the hottest spot in the house or garden and lie there. Absolutely love it.
Gina's is the same. I love looking out and seeing her enjoying it.
Oh, yes. So sweet. Especially when they go out in the garden and they're just sort of lying down and just really enjoying it and thinking, this is nice. Yeah. But I always, because Jane always worries that Dolly's getting too hot. And no, it's all right. It's Mexican, isn't it? I'm Mexican.
No, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
She is.
Also, she's white, so she's not absorbing it as much.
That's right. And there's something to be said for the thick coats. It keeps the sun off you as much as it warms you up. So she's able to take a fair bit of it. It's quite nice, yeah.
I remember you taught me that in the early days of Own My Dog. I didn't know that. That always spoke to. I remember learning that very early on in Own My Dog. That the fur actually cools them down.
Yeah, I think it stops the heat getting through to their skin so much.
Yes,
but they can only. The other thing is they only sweat through their pores, don't they? Yes, we know that. And the reason they pant is because their tongue helps cool the blood down, and that's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what panting's all about. That's why cold water is good for them. But I'm a fountain of knowledge. We don't need Simon. Let's cancel him.
Yeah, exactly. How's Juniper?
She's good. Yeah, I just took her out for a walk this morning. And I wish I'd taken a video yesterday. I took her out for a walk at our local park. And she was running through the long grass. And she was hopping like a bunny, like this.
I love that. That's my favourite.
Really enjoying it.
Yeah. Oh, it's really nice.
Mildred's dug not Mildred, it's the foxes. They've dug a hole on the other side of the garden.
No.
This is driving me insane.
But you've just made your garden dog-proof, haven't you?
We've just done it up.
Yeah.
And we blocked the holes on the side of the fence that were causing us problems. So they've gone round the other side. It's just one of those problems that if someone else was telling you, I was thinking this the other day, if someone else was complaining about this to me, I would find it very difficult to show any empathy. I just would not care at all that they were telling me about, the foxes are in again. You go, oh, God, is life not tedious enough without you telling me about the fox? Exactly. So what? But when it's happening to you, my dear God.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? It's bad.
It's horrific.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what they want from the garden. There's nothing in my garden. What do you want? I don't know what they're coming for.
No.
Are all the neighbours experiencing the same problems in their gardens, or is it just yours?
Well, we don't really have a WhatsApp group for me to ask that. I used to have a WhatsApp group in the old street, but
But you've not thought of starting a new one? Is that? Are you glad that? Are you sort of slightly relieved there's no WhatsApp group?
Yeah, the WhatsApp group, as you'll all remember, the WhatsApp group, they all came from lockdown.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
didn't they?
it was lockdown that all the streets stuck in WhatsApp groups. God, thank God that's over. Yeah. I'm still a member of my old one.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you gonna? You haven't. You just muted it. Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Do
you want to find out the latest?
Go on. What's happening? Where you used to live? Isn't it nice now? Sean's gone.
Yeah, they're just talking about there's a lot of building going on the road at the moment, and they're not happy.
Yeah,
a lot of building.
Oh, you're best off out of there.
Yeah,
yeah. You should join us. It's lovely and quiet where we are. It's just nice. Yeah,
yeah.
So actually better, really, all round.
I'm really want to get into that. That's what. As soon as this is over,
you're
doing
interested,
a deep dive in the old WhatsApp group.
Yeah, you get stuck in. Yeah. Okay, so have we got Simon there?
Hello, Simon.
Hey guys, you okay?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm not too bad, thanking you.
Good. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Simon Parry-Moreno is here. Simon Parry-Moreno all the way from Italia. He'll be joining Alio.
And Spain, don't forget Spain.
And Spain, Spano.
Appropriately, that you've got that is Strudel behind you, is it?
Yes, it is. She's a bit sleepy at the minute, so Strudel's sleeping down there.
And there's Leia as well.
Sorry.
Look at that.
I know we're meant to be looking at the dogs, but I am just blown away by the interior of your... Is that your place?
This is the living room, yeah. My wife takes full credit for the design.
She should be doing...
the work,
I really like Interior Design Masters. It's one of the few TV shows that I watch. And she should go on that. That colour is splendid.
Yeah, it's kind of like textured as well, so I don't know if you can really pick it up on the camera, but it sort of looks
extra point,
like Moroccan-y, North African, Mediterranean-y theme is what she went for.
Very nice. Nice rug as well. No wonder the dogs are in there. No wonder they're flat out. They're just enjoying the interior design. It's absolutely beautiful.
Give us an update on both your dogs, because I don't want to miss out on Leia as well.
Yeah, no, they're doing really well. Leia is officially double figures now. She's 10 years old.
Wow, okay, yeah.
So I tend to use her as a stooge dog from time to time. So she's kind of like a target dog for other dogs if they're like really reactive for other dogs, because she's so relaxed when it comes to interacting with other dogs. Like she can have a dog barking inches from her face. Some of my clients will probably tell you. She can have a dog barking right in her face, and she just won't do anything. She'll just sit there and sort of like take it. So it lets the other dogs vent that frustration, and then it goes, oh, this dog's not reacting back, so I can stop.
Okay.
But now that she's 10, I'm gonna probably start retiring her from that, to be honest. Give her a chance to just be a grumpy old lady she's turning into.
Sweet. And how is and Strudel?
Yeah, Strudel she's just turned 9 months now, getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger every day. I think she's about 26, 27 kilos now. I mean, this sofa is about 6 foot long here, and she's fully covers it if she lies down on it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
She's huge.
And so how are they getting on?
Oh, fantastic. Oh, as you can see, in fact, Strudel's trying to creep a bit closer to Leia now, just to have a little bit of a...
Look at that, that's so sweet. Oh!
She's trying to do it without being noticed. Yeah, I'm just getting a bit closer.
She does. She'll just sort of inch closer and closer, and then when she's in front of Leia's face, she'll sort of like get told off every now and then.
Silly question. Do dogs hug? Do dogs ever hug? Or have a version of hugging.
Yeah, they kind of do. They'll sort of lean on your dog's probably. Yeah, Mildred probably does it to you as well. Like they'll sort of lean the weight onto you. That's kind of like they feel safe and secure. And they just want
that.
Yeah. Dolly does that. She'll come and she just sort of lean on the sofa. She'll come and lie right up against my leg. It's very nice. Yeah, it's good to have.
Yeah. I mean, they can't really wrap their arms out this way because the dynamics don't really work that way. So that's probably the nearest thing they can do.
Yes.
Nice thing.
Yeah.
As always, we've got questions for you, Simon. When people know that you're coming on, we get lots of questions. So I'm going to chuck a couple out now, I think.
Go for it.
This is from Vicky, who's in Sydney, Australia. It says, "Hi Simon, my dog Benny has stopped eating food from his dog bowl. He drinks water from a similar bowl, so we know it isn't an issue with his neck bending down. We put the food in the bowl and he stands back and barks at the bowl. If we tip the food onto the floor, he'll eat it, so no issue with the food. We have even tried leaving the food in the bowl, believing that he will eventually eat it. But after 24 hours, we tip it on the floor as we don't want him to starve. What should we do?"
Right. Okay. Interesting one. First thing I'd check is what the material of the bowl is made out of. So a lot of people, if they leave, so I don't leave the collars on the girls just because it separates outside from inside.
Okay.
Good note.
But a lot of people leave the collars on the dogs and they have like the name tag, the metal name tag, and sometimes it clinks against the bowl, especially if it's like a ceramic bowl or even a metal bowl. And sometimes the dog gets put off a bit by that. But if he's still drinking from a water bowl, if it's the same material, that's probably not the case on this one. If he's eating when you scatter it, it's probably just because he's finding food a bit boring. So he's not put off the actual food. He's put off the method of getting the food. Yeah. We're very conditioned, as humans, we have breakfast, lunch and dinner. Dogs don't have that. They'll, in the wild, and even domestic dogs, they're scavengers by nature. So they'll just pick and choose whenever they get food. Yeah. If he's only really showing interest when the food is being scattered, or if it's put in a snuffle mat, or, floor lasagna, things like that, doing that way, just create some interest and create some novelty for the food, because if he's still eating it anyway, he's not off the food. And dogs can comfortably go 48 hours without eating, and we get into this trap of like, we'll put sort of food toppers on, we'll put a bit of cheese on it or things like that, and they grow accustomed to having the fancy bits on top of it, and they go, well, if I can have this every time, I'll just do this every time. So they're waiting for you to put the toppers down on top of it. So I'd go with making the food a bit more exciting. So like I said, get a snuffle mat or just scatter feed or hand feeding instead. And just ditch the bowl. You don't necessarily have to feed a dog from a bowl at all. If they're used to a bowl, by all means, go for it. But if not, don't worry too much about it.
Okay.
You don't want to feed the dog food from your hand, do you?
I mean, it depends on if it's dry or wet food, really. Yeah. If it's wet food, maybe put on like a rubber glove or something like that, or just wash your hands. There's nothing wrong with touching dog food, as long as you're washing your hands afterwards. If it's raw food, obviously be a lot more careful, because there's things like salmonella and stuff like that come, problems that come with raw food. Yes. But if it's kibble or like cold pressed food, like I feed my lot, it's dry sort of like bits anyway. So hand feeding, using it as treats, it's no problem. And like I said, snuffle mats are a really, really good idea, or you can make your own with like t-shirts or old bits of cloth and things like that.
Yeah. I don't know what a snuffle mat is.
I was just about to say,
It kind of, I think that might actually be the brand name. So other varieties of puzzle feed are available. Yeah. But it looks like bits of material all tufted up into sort of like a mat, and you can put the bits of food into like all the folds and stuff.
I see. I mean, it is interesting because Dolly quite often she'll be drinking from her drinking bowl. She'll take a few sips and then she'll sort of like jump back and then go back to it again. And I don't know what is going on with that. It's not always the same bowl, so I don't think it is the bowl. It's just that sometimes I imagine she sees her reflection, and that disturbs her. I don't know.
Yeah, potentially. Maybe try for like a ceramic bowl instead. So if it's a metal bowl and she's seeing the reflection, she's white, isn't she? So it's quite like she might see a flash of white in the bowl if the sun's on her or something like that.
It is probably that. I hope Vicky gets some that she can. That's some good advice there that we can. Yeah, there's a snuffle mat. Okay, so you can place the pieces in there. Yeah.
Okay. I have a quick question. Do you have any take on this? What's a dog's favourite food number one food would be in the wild? So there's no such thing as dog food. They're going out. What do they really want? If they caught you, they're scavengers.
Yeah.
If they found what, they would be over the moon.
It tends to be any. Hello, Strudel. It tends to be any sort of like food.
Tell him, Simon. Tell him.
Well, I really want.
There's more of a German accent, I think. This one. It tends to be any sort of like meat thing that's smaller. So you're probably looking at more sort of like rodents or rabbits, maybe even young deer, things like that.
What do you mean rodent? When you say rodents, you mean like a rat?
Yeah,
a dog would want a rat. When we had mice in the old place, Mildred had absolutely no interest in the mice. The mice were they were loving it. They would just come in. All right, Mildred, how's it going? Not bad. How are you? It's pathetic.
Well, Mildred's 2 bird dogs put together, so she's not going to be that interested in like the smaller, fluffier things. She's going to be more interested in birds like pigeons and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, because she's poodle and cockapoo, isn't she?
Yeah.
They're both retrieving, so they're going to be more sort of driven towards that sort of thing. Whereas like with Strudel, for example, she's probably going to be more sort of like young deer or squirrels. And
okay.
But they love offal, so all the gnarly bits that we don't like, so heart, lung, liver, tracheas, all that sort of thing. Yeah. They like to get that because that's where they get their nutrients from. Yeah. So that's why natural chews, like chicken feet and things are great, is because that's what they're kind of more inclined to do and sort of get basically.
Thank you. I found that really interesting. Thank you very much.
It also explains why they like rip the stuffing out of cuddly toys. I mean, I've got one of Strudel's favourite toys here that doesn't have stuff in him because she'll particularly go in and get the stuffing out of it. Yeah. So anything that they can kind of deconstruct, they like to do.
In their heads, are they getting the innards out of that thing? Is that what they're doing? They're trying to get at the...
I say to people, if they take the stuffing out, keep the toy, and then put the, if they've got dry food, put the dry food in the toy once you've taken the stuffing out, and it gives them that sort of, because they have like a hunt process where it's sort of like they'll track the food, they'll chase the food, they'll catch it, and then they'll dismember it or whatever they need to do. And it sort of fulfills that bit side of them as well.
That's a good tip. That's why we love Simon Parry-Moreno. And now we have a voice note. We have a voice note from Hayley Shuttleworth for you.
Okay. Sorry if she's squeaking in the background. She grabbed that toy off me. I showed it around.
Hi, my name's Hayley from Preston. A very long time listener. I've never missed an episode. I absolutely love the podcast. I have a question for the next time you have Simon on. I have a 5-year-old cockapoo named Fergus. He's absolutely typical cockapoo. Crazy, loving, Velcro dog, does not leave us alone when we're at home. When I take him out for a walk, he's brilliant. He's really good on the lead. When I let him off the lead, his recall is really good. Very rarely have any issues with him apart from him barking when someone knocks on the door. But as soon as we get to a road, if I have to stop because there's traffic or something, we'll stop. As soon as we step onto the road, he runs, and I don't understand why. And if we don't have to stop, if there's no traffic, it's like as soon as we step down from the curb, he's trying to run. He's obviously on his lead and he's not running away, but I don't understand why as soon as his feet step off that curb, he feels the need to run until he gets to the other side of the road. Once we get across the road, he just starts walking normally again. I was just wondering if Simon knew why this might be. Thank you.
That's an interesting one. Yeah. 2 things with that one. I think, one, that's a learned behaviour. So one thing we humans do, you've probably done it yourself, that awkward run to try and get across the road if a car's let you across. Yeah. There's something about us as humans where we just want to cross the road as soon as possible, especially if we're not out crossing. We're just trying to, even if it's quiet, we kind of do that sort of like semi-jog thing to cross the road. Yeah. He's probably picked up on that at some point. He's probably seen someone dashing across, or like when he was being walked. And when Hayley's like walked over, he's gone, oh, come on, Fergus, a little bit quicker. And he's probably just established that, we need to be fast at this point. Dogs are really strange when it comes to like associating circumstances with like thresholds. So you've probably seen videos of like dogs standing at, patio doors, even though they're open, and they won't go through because they just assume that that's a threshold. The same with curbs. So he's probably learned that, this means fast zone. And when we get to the other side, back to normal. So with that one, the best way to remedy it is walk up to a curb. if he, obviously make sure it's very quiet, maybe do this on a quieter sort of like back road or something like that. And if he goes to sort of like be a little bit quicker, just nice and calmly come back onto the curb and just sit and wait for a couple of seconds. Very similar to how, you Seann, with Carmen and Mildred going out in the back door when she was like charging out. So instead, like waiting for it to
very, very helpful. Very helpful.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's exactly the same psychology. It's just using the curb as a threshold instead of your back door. So it's that kind of rinse and repeat. And until he gets to the point where it's like, oh, okay, we can just walk calmly across and then just make a big deal out of him once you cross nice and safely, basically. But yeah, I think it's come from a learned behavior of him spotting people or, like I said, Hayley jogging across the road just to quickly get out of the way of a car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good advice. I hope that helps, Hayley, and good luck with that one. There's another one here from Heather. She says, "Hi everyone, no favoritism." That's what she's in brackets. I write to you a while back about Mabel, the talking dog. She said hello in the style of Kenneth Williams, according to Jack. I do remember this. Do you remember this?
Yes.
And it was in the recording of the dog. It go, hello. Just sound like carry on up the kennel. She's a very anxious dog and has some odd behavioral habits, one of which is being afraid of entering certain rooms. And we haven't really figured out why. This means she's very limited where she goes in the house. She won't go fully into the kitchen, just in the doorway. Although occasionally she has managed it if we walk with her on the lead, but she still scuttles across the scary bit. We previously were living in Dubai, and when we moved back back, Mabel sniffed around the whole house with her big sister Maddie, who's a Labrador, and it was only over time that she developed the fear of certain places, including not going upstairs at all. So my question to Simon is, we're hoping to move again later this year, and would like some advice on how to introduce Mabel to another new house and how to try to minimize her developing fear of certain rooms again. Any help would be really appreciated. That's from Heather.
Yeah, I actually get this one quite a lot with dogs not wanting to go in certain areas of the house. Yeah,
right.
A lot of the time it comes down to what the texture of the floor is like. So, for example, in here we've got sort of like laminate paneling that looks like hardwood, and there's certain sections where Leia will walk slowly over because she might have slipped on it once or something like that, and she doesn't want to do it again. So a lot of dogs, all it takes is one slip, even if they don't hurt themselves, just to sort of like freak them out a little bit. Okay. And you'll notice they'll walk slower on certain patches. If moving from Dubai has been the issue, what I'm suspecting might have happened is they might have had like an apartment building or something like that in Dubai where the dog was never going up and downstairs unless they're like a duplex apartment, because that tends to be what you have over there in Dubai. And they've come to a house with stairs and the dog's probably just not used to stairs. That might be the reason why they're not going upstairs.
That makes sense,
But I definitely look at what sort of flooring options you've got and things like that. The best remedy for that is things like throw rugs or little patches. If you are going into a new house, taking items of old clothing as well of yours will be really good, and just dot them about in the different rooms. So when the dog goes and explores into the room, they go, "Oh, this is a familiar scent. This must be my new place," sort of thing. So even if you've got like a spare bedroom or something, you just throw an old t-shirt of yours in there just so they can have a little sniff about. Just let them explore everything in their own time, and never force them into an area. So using the lead to like gently guide them into somewhere that's more familiar is absolutely fine. But if it's the first time, just let her do it completely on her own, and just reward her for being curious. There may be an instance, even the most toilet trained dogs might accident in a new house, and that's just to make it smell like home. It's just to make it smell more familiar. So if she does accidentally pee or poo in the new house, don't go mad. She doesn't mean it. She just hasn't learned where the bathroom is yet in that new space either.
Very interesting. Good advice. I've noticed with Dolly, there are certain places when we take her out, certain places you put her down, we now know she won't like that floor. But it hadn't occurred to me in a house that that's what's going on. She won't like that floor because it's too hard, too slippy, or too whatever it is. And so maybe Heather, try that with putting different, put a little rug down or like a little mat just to sort of help get her across the threshold of between one room and another. That might help, would it not?
Yeah, absolutely.
And as Simon said, the other thing is just scatter some clothes around the house. If you're having trouble doing that, then I suggest you get a teenager because they can help. They can help with that.
I think if Mildred had that problem, all I would have to do is just drop food on the steps all the way up. That's all I would have to do with Mildred.
Yeah.
That's
I'm sure they've tried that. They must have tried that.
Yeah, you're encouraging the curiosity, basically. Like, you want them to be safe, and you don't want anything to like jump out, because if it's a new space, they don't know what's hiding around the corner or anything like that.
But that's also what you mentioned about the lifts. If they had a lift in Dubai, and then suddenly they think, looking at stairs, and they think, "What the hell's this about? What are you talking? Where's the lift?"
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I have that when I go to Westfield and the escalators aren't working. So
it doesn't feel right, does it? Yeah. I wonder what dogs make of lifts, though, because you get in, the door's shut, they open again, and you're somewhere else.
Yeah, it's actually quite an interesting one, because they don't understand the concept of the lift. They understand it. It's a box that like vibrates and moves. But like they feel like they go into a room, it vibrates a bit, the doors open, and they're somewhere completely different, and they just can't process. Like, it's just a very unnatural thing, you know. Like you said, Jack, if you don't understand it either, it just shows it's not.
No, I mean, I just love how you always enter into the dog mindset and view the problem and the world through the eyes of the dog. It's very interesting, very fascinating, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, but most dog issues and problems that people have, it's just because they don't understand, or they're not communicating properly with the dog. And then once you can build that, you know, put yourself in their shoes or paws or whatever, you can sort of understand things from their perspective, and you kind of go, oh yeah, it's easy for me to rationalize this, but they just can't rationalize it in any way that we can.
With moving house generally, do you find dogs, once they recognize bits of furniture and probably the smells that go with it, does that immediately help them to settle in and think, fine, you know, they're here, the furniture's here, you know, it's a different house, but I'll get over that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, if you buy a puppy, you know, good breeders will tend to give you sort of like an item of the bedding or a toy that they've been playing with. There's the whole litter, just so the dog's got that familiar scent. Yeah, exactly. Everything's scent based, and if they don't have a familiar scent, they're going to panic a little bit.
I don't know why I've suddenly become fascinated with like dogs in the wild, but I just thought that do dogs naturally kind of create a home for themselves, or are they they do, so they're not just on the move foraging for eternity?
So during the day and things like that, they will sort of roam about, but they're very much like badgers, or, you know, we've all seen the Attenborough documentaries of like wolves, and they're actually
we haven't, but
they're in like little sets basically that they dig little holes. They're not ridiculously deep, so it's not like a full rabbit warren of different entrances and exits, but they'll dig themselves a little hole. It's why dogs like to dig. It's why they like hiding in the beds and things.
I really didn't know that. That's fantastic.
It's
fascinating.
It's why crate training is so good, because you're giving them a pre-built, you know, prefab sort of safe space that they just need to make their own. They don't have to dig for it. And they're a lot more secure and a lot happier when they've got somewhere to retreat to.
Yeah. I love that you're saying all this. Meanwhile, Strudel's just sort of wandering around on the furniture.
She's due at lunch seat.
The crate,
so big.
So sweet.
Absolutely.
I don't think I've seen, because she's like chocolate coloured, isn't she? She's instead of
so she's liver and tan.
Gorgeous liver and tan. That's the She's the most lovely colouring.
And all the training's kind of done. You're done with that. She kind of knows everything.
The foundations are there, but like I think I said last time I was on, dog training is you do it for the entirety of their lives. You know, there's going to be things that you touch up and stuff. She's getting to that point now where, so she's 9 months. She'll be starting her first season soon, so she'll be getting like a blast of hormones. So her personality and her behavior might change a little bit as she gets that rush of estrogen. But because I've spent so long, I've spent the first 9 months of her life setting up those foundations. It's not going to be too hard to sort of keep her on the right track.
Well, keep us updated on that.
And just quick, go on.
Well, I was about to say, with Seann interested about the wild dogs and stuff, I'm actually going to Chester Zoo soon. I'm going to be talking to the African painted dogs, the handlers and the keepers there, and sort of comparing some canine behaviours of domestic dogs to wild dogs, because they're pretty much as close to domestic dogs as you can get in terms of like genealogy and things.
The oldest breed of dog.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, if it was nearer, I would go.
We won't set one of those on you.
yeah. Thank you.
Such commitment, Simon. Thank you so mumuch for joining us, and it's great to see you and to see Strudel and Leia, and they're both looking so happy and
just trying to eat the microphone.
Yeah. I see you next time.
She wants to ask the questions, Jack.
Yeah. That's great stuff. Thank you so much.
Thanks everyone, guys.
Again.
Look after yourselves. See you later.
See you, Simon.
Bye.
Lovely.
Always so
nice
interesting,
to speak
isn't
to
it?
Simon.
Yeah. It's he kind of almost lives in the mind of the dogs, doesn't he? So and you learn so much from allowing yourself to think in those ways. Yeah.
Yes,
that makes sense.
Yeah. I didn't know any of that, so I was having a great time.
Yeah, I know. I could have asked lots of questions, but anyway. Thank you all for listening to Oh My Dog. We hope that you enjoyed taking a deep dive with us into our love of dogs.
Yes, please go and subscribe to us on Spotify and YouTube, and follow us on Instagram at OMDpod. You'll find loads of extra content and videos there, and send us your voice notes. And also, we, if this isn't enough for you, we're still here. All you have to do is go to patreon.com/OMDpod for our show Off the Lead, where we basically go off topic. We go slightly away from dogs.
Extra content. And don't forget to give us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast to. And remember, a dog is for life, not just for podcasts.
I think I might ask Simon's partner to come and design our flat.
Yeah, I think you've done very well with your room there. That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, Grace, I'll tell Grace. Grace did this.
Oh, she's done a great job. Grace will do the house, won't she, next, isn't it?
Yeah.
Move on to? Yeah. I don't think it'd be well received if you go into the house now and say to Grace, Simon's girlfriend's really done that house really well. I'm only going on just instinct now, just a hunch.
Yeah, don't say that, Sean.
No.
Thank you. Good tip.
Yeah, why can't you do that? What are you doing with yourself? Can't the kids look after themselves now? I mean, they're what, 3 and 1?